I did my permaculture course in 1979, and it was early days. I took my course with Bill in Tasmania. Being a self-made businessman, it wasn't fulfilling anymore. It was more about who I knew and my contacts than what I knew and being appreciated. So I really wanted to make the move into just working in permaculture. I didn't want to compromise anymore. So I made a trip down to Gowrie Farm to see Bill Mollison, my teacher, and I had a bit of a chat with Bill. And I explained how I was feeling, and he said, well, he said to me, does it feel like you're dying every day because you're living one life and you want to live another life, and you keep stepping over, but you'd like to live in the sustainable world, you'd like to live in the permaculture system? And I said, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. He says, does it feel like you're sort of bored with being scared? I said, yeah, that's exactly how I feel, Bill. I'm really bored with being scared. He said, you want to charge at the system? I said, what do you mean? He said, well, look, when you go into a charge mentality, all fear drops away because you're charging at the enemy. And that's what we have to do. We have to charge at the systems we can't live with anymore. And we're bored of being scared. We need something meaningful to do. You've got to take action. Is that how you feel? I said, that's exactly how I feel. If I could do that, I'd do it in a second. He said, well, look, Geoff, he says, you've always sounded like you could teach. It always sounded like you could sell permaculture. Do you think you could do a 20-minute or a half-hour lecture on permaculture to an audience you don't know? And I said, yeah, I reckon I could do that, Bill. He said, well, do you reckon you could go into any town and put a notice up that you were going to do a talk on permaculture and hold a talk to just anybody who came? Yeah, I could do that. He said, if I gave you the books, he said, if I gave you all the books I've written and all the books I sell, and you had them for sale at the back of the hall, do you reckon you could sell the books after the talk and then wholesale the books to shops or libraries? Yeah, I could do that. He said, okay, I'll help you load the car. And I think you're in for a big adventure, a big lifetime adventure. And he was right. He was dead right. It's been an adventure ever since that day. I took a carload of books. I filled the boot and the back seat up. He helped me load them. I drove away. I said thanks. And I've been selling those books ever since. And I'll always sell those books if I can.